Oh yeah, that's all working. Left up, right up, up, up. So little froze on here. Okay.
Did we do it? Did we press all the right buttons? Oh my God, we did. Happy Wednesday. The sound is working. The new camera's working. My voice is not working. Greetings, viewer. It's Wednesday. It's 2024. Happy New Year. I'm AC. This is Dank RC's Wednesday monthly workshop that I get around to every month. And my glasses are disgustingly dirty. And if you wonder why I clean my glasses every time, it's because I don't think I actually stop and look at this way. And there's a couple, well, there's only one bright light actually right now today. There's only one bright light over here. And it's very bright and it shows how cloudy my glasses are. So I must clean them. I hope everybody had a happy new year. I'm going to look at the chat. Somebody chatted something, but since I just took off my glasses, there's no possible way that I will be able to see it because it's just a giant blur because I'm functionally blind, dumb, and illiterate. So there you go. Okay. But Happy New Year out there in winter wonderland. Well, in the northern hemisphere. That's a little better, but oh my God, these must have been dirty. That's embarrassing. They get dirty very easily because I'm just like, I'm all thumbs. So I pick up my glasses and I put my thumbs all over the lens. And it's time for me to get new glasses too. So we're back here. It took a month. Took a month for me to get it together. I was almost here last week. I almost got it together, but I just couldn't get. I got a couple Christmas presents from my dear domestic partner, girlfriend, and she thoughtfully gave me this camera here, which I think is in view. Yeah, definitely in view. And this camera that we're looking through, which is still a webcam. They're both webcams, but hey, they work. I think this one is pretty good. It's a Logitech 922, so it's 1080p. It's just a plain webcam, but it's 1080p. I don't have any zoom controls or anything. And I have it, and I kind of redid my simulator rig right behind that the camera's on, so the monitors are more closed in. Still working on the monitor setup. It's a work in progress, but man, does it look cool. Anyway, that's another story for another day, probably another kind of channel, because nobody wants to know about that here. So we're back here with the same old crappy. Oh, I should look at. Oh, it's Andy. We did it. 2024. We made it. Happy New Year. And I'm sorry I missed New Year's Day flying. I want to go flying so bad. I'll get there. I'll get out there. I have to pay my AMA still. I have paid my club membership, but now I have lapsed on the AMA membership, so I still can't legally fly there. Anyway, but I was going to go out there on New Year's Day, but I just decided that it was the last lazy day that I had. I took some lazy days on the vacation, so that was kind of cool. And yeah. So, and what is in the news? There's lots of news in the model airplane space. There's new airplanes, there's new stuff, there's new versions of Andy will appreciate this. New versions of iNav. That's happening, right? Maybe I should be putting this up until we need it. I don't know. Let's stick it up there like that. But Kevin bought a new plane, or got a new plane. Oh my God, no, I can't do it like that. It's got to be out here. Maybe if I shine a light on it. I don't know. It doesn't work. Okay, well, it's not up. And then I think Andy got the same plane. Or a similar plane. Look at that. Yeah, I wish I should have prepared and downloaded it to OBS so I could put it on OBS. But anyway, You guys are like, I said to Kevin on text that, man, you serious. This is like I can't even get one of these things built. And you guys are like getting these super serious airplanes, biplanes. That is cool. I should build a biplane someday. But it's taking me, it took a whole live stream to do these two things last month. That's the progress we made between November and January. We got these two things done. So yes, this is not good. This is not, don't do what I do. So we should actually get to work instead of me blabbing like I did last week. And I'll just try to, I was lazy too. Andy was lazy too. Excellent. Excellent. I hope you had a good new year, you and yours. And Kevin and his too. Yeah, I did. I had a good new year. Definitely had a good new year. Good Christmas. Cameras. And something else for my simulator setup. Another Stream Deck. I love these Stream Decks. I could have more. I could have more Stream Decks. Stream Decks are awesome. So she got me the XL. It's got like zillions of buttons. Oh my God, it's just amazing. It's an amazing little device. So, nerding out on that for a while. Going to just a little blurb about the simulator over there. I'm going to make it a modular thing where I can lift off the dual screen glass cockpit for aviation with the yoke and stuff, and put on a racing wheel and take out the rudder pedals and put in pedals. And I've already got like the gear selected. Sim racing is a very expensive hobby, and so it's going to take me a long time to save up to get all the pieces. I mean, even it's like entry level $600. It's kind of like FPV. It's kind of like this hobby. Very expensive. People don't think, like, let's say if you wanted to start out with nothing, it's going to cost you $600 to fly this plane FPV. That's what I say, $600 because you got to buy a radio. You got to buy a decent radio, so it's going to be at least $150 probably still for a radio, maybe $100. Then you've got to buy goggles. There you go. $700. Bang! $600 for the goggles. $100 for minimum for the radio. You're at $700 right there. If you're trying to get into FPV, brand new, even analog, is $400 for the goggles. Radio, $100 minimum, but really 150, 200, right? Or 250 if you're going to buy a fancy one. Maybe 300. So 100 to 300 for the radio, 400 to 700 for the goggles, and all the goodies that you're going to get with the goggles. It's expensive. Hobbies are expensive. The flight simulator hobby, expensive. All the goodies I bought for that and got as presents for that, expensive. The sim racing gear with the direct drive wheel, like what I'm going to get is what's called the Moza R5 bundle. So it's an entry level because it's 5 nanometers of force on the wheel. But anyway, it's a whole world. All these things are whole worlds of subjects. Okay, so what do we have to do? We have to cut out this. And I keep having this, but we don't have to cut out this. We've already done this. This is the last piece we have to cut out. So let's cut that out first, and let's stop farting around. We're going to cut it. Whoops, I don't want to put it like that. I have a table over here. What is it getting in? You know, I should probably just turn it a little bit more. I don't know. It's getting those screens in no matter what. Those guys over there that I have to look at. I have to look at those so I can see what I'm doing while I'm here. But, okay. Very professional, I know. Very professional. This is bumming me out because that's not purple. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me when I buy stuff, but I thought I was buying this. I thought I was buying this color when I bought this roll of tape. I didn't really even notice that when I was taping it, but it is not the right color. Okay, so, and I have another project going, which is this whole home network situation and home automation. So there, I mean, there's too many projects in this world. There's too many things to do. I'll tell you how old I am while we're getting this out. I had a meeting today with I get access to a financial advisor through my work retirement situation, my work retirement account. And this is how old I am, that I had a meeting with my financial advisor not to begin, but to kind of figure out where we are with my looming retirement, which is possibly 7 to 10 years away, depending on things, right? It's a funny world we live in. Depends on how the stock market goes, right? Things that I don't feel morally good about investing in, probably get invested in so that I can retire. It's a lovely situation we got. Anyway, I won't rant. Let's get this camera. Now this camera, we're going to do a little experimentation. The color is really washed out. I mean, it's not, I don't know what to do. I might have to make take a Logitech webcam and put it, I don't know. We might have to make our own camera, because this one I picked out because it said it had a Sony sensor, and I put it in, and I got it. She got it for me off my Amazon wish list. Okay, so it should be number 3. I made it number 3. Right? Number 3. Okay, so here we go. We're going to turn this camera on, and I'm going to show you what all my problems are with it. see, I think is the color better on that even? The sensor on this other one is just not great, I guess. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. Oh, you can't hear me anymore. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on? It says you can hear me. Oh, I bet you that. Oh. Hold on. I got to fix this one. Yes, I don't have audio. Yeah, okay. I got it. I got it figured out. Okay, so I got to add the USB mixer to that. Okay. I forgot. Let's switch it back. Let's switch it back to, now you should still be able to hear me after I switch it back to this one. Oh, it won't, oh wait. You should still hear me now. Okay, yeah. Now this focus. Let me see if I can focus it just while I'm over here. Exposure. Oh my God, no, this is going to be a hard, see, it's a totally manual camera, and I thought that would be great because I could just focus it really fast and then zoom it how I wanted to zoom it, but it's not zooming either. Isn't that weird? Okay, well, that camera's not going to work for now. That's a disappointment. I don't know what to do. I have to find a better overhead camera. Okay, we're switching back to this one. All right. We will improvise. We're going to move this further this way. Do that. And I'm going to put it over here too so I can see. Okay. Yeah. We just got it. And then I got new speakers on this computer up here, so there's not enough room for anything. And that thing's in the way. Okay. There we go. Now this one, see, this one gets out of focus. But okay. All right, we're going to actually do some work here. Thank you for the sound check. Appreciate it because, you know, I don't know what the heck I'm doing half the time. All right, this is the horizontal stabilizer. I'm sure you've all seen the Japan Airlines thing at Haneda Airport. Holy smokes, man. Those people were so lucky. Well, except for the five or six people in the Coast Guard plane. Man, oh man. That is some brutal footage there. So I just want to welcome everybody. I even have some new subscribers. I don't know why. You guys hang in there with my monthly live streams and my lack of editing, but I'll get there. My editing station, which Andy, the second cube, it's all set up finally. I added RAM. I got all new RAM for it. And let's do the inside first. Okay, I just changed this blade, I believe. No. All right, let's change the blade. Sorry, yet more crap to wait for. That computer is going to be, I got all the adapters for my monitors and stuff. I'm going to buy yet another. I bought 3 of those curved monitors for the simulator setup, and I've mentioned before that I had, I bought 2, and then I couldn't find another one of those 2. So I bought a third one that's exactly the same model number from Dell, except for the letters at the end were different. Well, of course, the color temperature and everything is different about that third monitor. And then as I'm getting ready to set up for this racing simulation thing, which is way higher refresh rates than in flying, because flight simulators are way slower. They're just way slower. They're way more computational intensive or something, but I don't know why, but you need a way faster frame rate when you're driving a race car than when you're flying a Cessna. That's all I can say. And you should get really good performance out of these. I mean, the game that I'm going to play is like 8 years old. 7 years old? No. 7 years old this year. So, what was I going to say? The two of the monitors, the kind I wanted to get 3 of, but I could only get 2 of, they go up to 165 hertz refresh rate, and that's what I wanted. And that was, it was a good compromise between something that wasn't shit and something that wasn't explosively expensive, because I needed to buy 3. I need to buy 3 of them, 3. So I couldn't find 3. I could only find 2, and at the time they were over $300 each, because I've been sitting on them for a while. I didn't have all the other stuff, the other flight sim gear. I mean, I bought 2, and then when I couldn't buy the third one, then I kept looking. I couldn't find it, so then I finally found another one. I think that one was on eBay. Maybe it was on Amazon. I don't know. It was either on eBay or Amazon. But it wasn't, like I said, it was 2 letters different at the end of the model name. And it's a totally different panel. And now I come to find out, I guess I wasn't paying attention, that panel only does 60 hertz. So that limits the whole setup to 60 hertz for racing. So I went on Amazon today, and there's a monitor that's the same as the first 2, and now I can get another one, and it's $150 cheaper now than it used to be. It's maybe $120 cheaper. It's $220 basically, plus tax, but with shipping. $220 with shipping. So I'm probably going to buy it on payday's Friday. I'm going to buy it. So I have 3 monitors that are exactly the same. And so, I was getting to the story. So that now that monitor that only does 60 hertz, and that I don't like that the color temperature doesn't match the other 2, assuming I can really get this, assuming this monitor is still available. Shit, I made that cut wrong right there. See that? I screwed that up. Assuming that's still available on Friday, I'm going to buy it. And I have another story to tell about the Cube computer too. I'm going to buy it, and then that other monitor, the one that doesn't match the other 2, is going to go attached to the second Cube, and that's going to be the main monitor for my video editing setup. And I know those monitors are only they're only 1080p monitors. That's all they do. 1920 by 1080. They're not 4K or anything. But that's why they're 32 inch, and that's why they were only $300 at the time, when 4K monitors were $600. A 4K 32 inch curved monitor was $600 when I bought those. So I'm just going to blabber on about this anyway, until I figure out something else to blabber on about. So I'll probably pull the trigger on that on Friday and buy that monitor. Or I'm going to actually calculate all my financial situation, because of course there's only one account that I have that I spend money out of, and if I think I have a couple bills scheduled to be paid, so I got to check the calendar and make sure that. I might be able to pull the trigger today on it if everything goes right with the financial situation, because Friday is payday. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, so the other story about the Cube computer, the Andy Cube computer. So the first Cube computer is the flight simulator one, and now it might be the racing one eventually too, the car racing sim, because it's perfectly set up for that. That's why I want to do it. And I used to race. I used to go to the arcade and play pole position, and we were talking about that today at work. Pole position, and I used to play Night Driver, which is a pretty simple game, but it was just so much fun. I just love driving fast, especially when there's no consequences. And the level of the games, even the game, Assetto Corsa, I mean, that's an ancient game. It's from 2017, and if you do all the mods and everything, the graphics are sweet. The gameplay is, I mean, not the AI. The AI, there's no good. The good AI is not in Assetto Corsa, so you have to drive against other real people. But that seems like the game. That's the game I bought because it's only $12 on Steam. They had a Steam sale. $12 with all the DLC. So I thought, I'm gonna get that, and then that's gonna motivate me to do this thing that I don't need to do in my life, is have another hobby. But I'm getting old. I want to have fun. I don't want to just everything be, I gotta worry about old age and prepare for the worst. No, I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy. Like, I would like to be sitting out at the park flying airplanes. That's one of my favorite things, and I haven't done that in so long. Or the club, you know what I mean. So I got to get out and enjoy this stuff. Plus all the other stuff I have to do. Look at that, wasn't even in the shot. Okay, let's figure out how to make sure that the camera is actually getting stuff that I'm doing. That's a good idea. Let's cut this part off over here. It's driving me nuts. There we go. What else was I going to say about that? Oh, so on the other cube computer. Oh, so on the Flight Simulator Cube computer, it turns out that the CPU on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think it's similar in X-Plane, but I haven't done all the benchmarks in X-Plane yet. But at least in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I should put the soldering iron down. Hold on. Switching cameras to 3, no, 4. Gotta move something. What was I gonna say? Oh, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is what I seem to be babbling about right now. I'm going to put these over here. There we go. That's what I should do before every stream, is move some of this crap out of the way. I've also got plans to fix up this. There's going to be like a monitor. I love these monitor stands. I've talked about them before. I put some over there for the sim rig. I got one more over there for that part of my work rig, and I've got another one over there, and I still have one more in a box. And I thought I was getting an extra tall one, but I didn't get. That's why I have one in the box, because I ordered the wrong one. But I'm still going to keep that one too. So I'm going to put another extra tall one here. probably going to use one of the arm sets from that other one. I'm going to be able to hold the monitor here and swing it out and swing it back, and same with that one. We're going to get this place set up eventually. Oh, so that and the Cube computer and Microsoft Flight Simulator, the CPU is the limiting factor. I could get way more FPS if the CPU could process more. Microsoft Flight Simulator relies on a single thread. It's a single threaded application. And so the graphics card is jamming. It's doing its thing. But when I run the benchmarks on it, the CPU is the limiting factor on, what am I trying to do? This cut right here is the limiting factor. So, Andy, I bought a new CPU for that cube. I didn't buy a new CPU. I bought a new CPU cooler because my mom, my dear mother, bought me a CPU. It's a Ryzen 9. That one's a Ryzen 5 that came in there that I bought from you. If you're still here. You might not still be here, but yeah. Anyway, my friend that I bought the computer from, that's the computer I'm talking about. I got a new CPU for Christmas, and I bought a new cooler for the CPU. I suppose I could have used the same cooler, but I bought a new cooler, a liquid all-in AIO, all-in-one cooler, and I bought something else for that computer with the cooler. I might have bought RAM. I might have bought a new RAM kit. God, isn't that funny that I can't remember? And I bought some nice, fancy new thermal paste. Can't think. So when that comes, it doesn't even ship till tomorrow from Newegg. But when that comes, I'm going to be taking out the CPU and the cooler and putting in the liquid cooler and the new faster RAM. What did I order? I might have ordered another SSD too. You'd think I would remember, but I might have ordered a 4 terabyte SSD to put in one of those computers. I can't remember now. Isn't that crazy? Okay, I've got 1, 2. Oh, this cut right here. Oh, we're on the wrong camera too. Let's go back to this camera. 1, 2 cuts to go for this horizontal stabilizer. Let's hope I actually get something built today. I mean, not built, but who knows what we'll get done. Something more than 2 tiny pieces. If it's any consolation, I did have fun going around on the internet and looking at planes and having the chat conversation with, at the time it was Robert, and there was a few people. Chris, that was a whole month ago. That was last year. Okay, which cut am I missing? That cut. No? Yes. How did I cut that and not that? You see that? I think I should design some 3D printed mount for this. I guess I did cut through there maybe. Okay. Let's cut all this out now. For reals. Pieces are falling off the desk. Okay, that isn't even close to going through. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So what other adventures should I yap about? These expensive hobbies. Very expensive hobbies. Very expensive hobbies. Which is probably why at least I build foam board airplanes. They're cheap. Oh, we almost got it. We almost got it. Which means if we cut this out, what do we have to do next? I should start thinking. We have to build a wing. We have to do everything. Oh, there we go. I forgot that. I forgot that cut right there. I guess it goes right there. That looks pretty straight. Right there. Okay. Okay. So now we get to decide how we're going to decorate this. Then we need to tape it. Are we going to decorate this? What does the other one look like? Let's look at our plane. Oh yes, we have leading edge. We have leading edge colors here on the horizontal. So, and we have the Dank RC logo on the vertical stab. So we need to take care of that. And does the microphone still work? Yes, it's still working. Okay, here we have this now. Let's make sure that it, well, let's tape all these things. So did I put anything on these? These were purple on the outside. So let's do purple on the outside. We'll call that one the outside of this. I'm going to go till, I was only going to go for an hour, but I started late and that would be 15 minutes. I'm going to go probably till 9:45 maybe, or to 10 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. We got our wrong color purple, and we've got some Scotch shipping. We might not have any of my logos because I don't know where that file. I was looking for the little file box that my files are in, and I've rearranged back there, and for some reason I've like put it behind something or something. Okay, let's cover this with purple. Oh, and this purple is so terrible. Oh my god, you guys, this tape, I don't like it at all. I do not like this tape at all. We're just going to use it on the outside of these things, and that's it. It's way too heavy for one thing. Holy crap. Holy crap. This tape, look at it. It's like, ugh. Ugh. It's like it's almost as thick as like a pleather. Like if you were covering something with the fake leather pleather stuff, that's how thick it is. It's insane. I probably shouldn't use this for anything on a plane, and yet I've used it for this whole giant strip here too. Okay, we'll put it on the outside of this one, which will be this way, right? Because that one goes there. This one goes here. So we'll put it on this side. Put it over here. Get you in there. There we go. Excellent connection, it says. Excellent connection. Oh, that's the other news. I signed up for there's going to be a new fiber internet. I'm going to get rid of Cox cable. Man, I'm going to be so happy to send those people to the heave-ho patch. I hope I'm not sorry. But a new provider here in our little town that's dug fiber, a new provider with fiber, and they put the fiber in. Oh, hold on. I got to move this other one. They've put the fiber in down my street, and they give you a $200 Visa gift card signing bonus if you're one of the early subscribers. And I said, huh? That's why I have this other project going of my home network lab. I'm building a new router because in preparation, and a new Wi-Fi mesh. So that's going to require, I already have the computer. I built it, you don't need a very fancy computer. So I built it from just basically junk parts. The only part I bought was an SSD for it. And it was like $15 at Newegg, a super cheap SSD. So, because it doesn't need to be very big or anything. Anyway, everything else was harvested from computers that I've worked on, or people that are my clients that I've taken. They've given me their old computers to get rid of, to recycle or whatever. Well, they're getting recycled, all right. Eventually, I'll still have to get rid of, I have from people's, even my mom and her husband, and I have, a laptop from them. These other people that are my clients, I have a couple of their desktops. In fact, one of the desktops is what I used for the basis of this router. Anyway, okay, so we got a purple. Where's the other purple? Oh, here. Let's cut this one out. That tape, this is the worst. This is the worst tape. Whatever this is at McGuckin's, I'm never going to get it again. I'm going to have to find some other source of colored tape. Let me just show you that when I used to get tape, I must have picked it from the wrong shelf or something. When I used to get tape at McGuckin's, the colored tape, it was like this. It was like the Tape Brothers tape. It's very thin. It's easy to come off the roll, but yet it sticks to the foam board. This stuff is like giant, thick. I don't know. If I wanted to weatherproof something outside, I would cover it with this tape. Maybe. I don't know. Not weatherproof a plane. Okay, so this piece is ready on that side. We'll have to do the other side still. So yeah, what else do I have to yap on about? I gotta yap on about something. Maybe I will end at, if nobody's chatting, and I have nothing, I forget, don't have anything to yap on about, then I might end the stream at my previously planned time, which was 9:30. Because I was only going to stream for an hour tonight to get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to get back into, I'd like to get back into a weekly schedule. I like to organize my time better, but sometimes I don't know, it's sort of weird, but at my age I really enjoy having some just downtime. Time to sit and read about things that I'm interested in. Look at that. Look at that. This piece is a mess. I drew all over it. Probably when I was doing something else. This is a piece from another project because I have so many of them. All right, we're just going to cover the rest in clear tape. We're not going to do any logos. We're not going to do anything because I don't know where my logos are. We're going to have more to show than, oh, this stuff. I don't like this stuff either. I have just got, oh, and there goes my, if that came on the live stream, that's these alerts. My alerting system at work, the thing that I've kind of built, oh no, this is a mess. Hold on. We're going to cut and start fresh. Look at this. There we go. This tape is the worst. Oh my God. I can't believe I still haven't bought new tape. I'm talking about buying all this crap that costs hundreds of dollars. And I haven't bought tape. Jeez. Let's just see if I have any more. This is the tape that I like. This is the tape that you want to get. This is it. Look, we have a little bit of it left. Let's just do a little bit of it. I'm also compromising because I don't do it. I usually do this at the other end of the table. Oh, and where's my card? Oh my God, this tape is so much better. You guys, I have to get some more of this tape. I don't think... Hey, Chris is here. Happy New Year. I was just saying that nobody's chatting, so I was going to cut the stream off, but my original scheduled time was 9:30 Central, which is in 5 minutes. But I was going to say I'm going to go longer if people are talking. So maybe people will start talking now that you're here. I was yapping on about, I don't know what, Chris. My cameras got problems. I got a lot of issues. Got a lot of issues going on. But we're improvised, and I'm going to have to just see if I can do something about the focus on that other camera. Like I'm going to see if I can put some little 3D printed extenders on those tiny little nuts that you have to grab to change the focus. You have to grab these tiny little things to change the focus. Oh, well. So there's another camera up here. Here, I'll switch. There's a camera up here. Maybe it's not in the picture. But there's a camera up here, and my girlfriend got it for me for Christmas. And the camera, and that camera she got me for Christmas too. So now we have my cameras, but we're not using this camera up here. We're using this one, which is the one we had before, because I can't seem to get that one to work the way I want it to work. This is the first test of it, and it didn't quite pass the test. So we were discussing that. I was complaining to myself about I didn't do a very good job taping right there, but it'll do. It's not a fancy plane. What else did we talk about? We talked about Kevin's new biplane, and I'm like, I'd be afraid. I'd probably be afraid to fly a plane like that. And Andy's new. I'm building, sir, the same piece of junk that I've been building for the past 3 months. Because we've only done one live stream per month. And we're building the same thing, which is this. We're building this, because this one I crashed. So we should have gotten the wing done, and so on and so forth. Now, the better, more interesting question is, what are you building, sir? Because you're building tonight. Maybe you're building like something more interesting. And what I should be building is, one of the things I still have to purchase, speaking of just naked consumerism, is some CA glue. Because part of the projects that are supposed to be on this live stream are these two 3D printed planes that I've printed out. I think I've got all of the parts printed out for both of them. FT Super B. FT Super B. I think I know what that is, but we're going to look. Hold on. We're going to the... Oh, don't move the camera. Let's see if we can... Hold on. We're doing a hold pattern. We'll just do this window. Where did it go? Oh. Sorry, my computer is not speedy. Especially now that it's doing all these things. And my Chrome has like 300 tabs open. FT Super B. And then let's go to Desktop Center, which is... I don't even know which one that is. It's number 1. Okay. Let's switch over to number 1. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. It's a twin. Sweet. Dude, I love it. Oh, how cute. Ha ha ha. That thing is going to be a rocket. A little rocket that you can probably swoop around your backyard if you're a good pilot. Not like me, I couldn't, but you probably can. Look at that. Wait, it's bigger than... No, it's pretty small. What's the wingspan? Yeah, super small size. Oh, small size, not super small size. Look at that. Nice, dude. Nice. Look at that wing camber. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's just around the edge. We got here. Got a video. Could be FPV ready. That's what it says. Sweet. I like it. Oh, were we not switched? We're not switched. Ah, this thing, my keyboard, my mouse didn't switch. Why doesn't it switch? Now it switches. Jeez. Okay, yes, this is what I was looking at. Oh my God, I don't know how to live stream. Yeah, this looks cool. That looks very cool. I made it big. FT Super B is here. Mini Cruiser. I don't think I paid attention to that either. That looks cool too. Are you making it yellow like this one? Are you doing the yellow, the bee theme? Yellow and black? I hope you don't have tape like my tape. If you are, maybe you're going to paint it. Okay. We'll go back. Go back to our... That's a nice plane. I like that. Flight test is fun. Flight test is fun. Yes, so, what did you say? It's fast as, yes. Oh, Robert's in the house. Robert is in the house. Happy New Year, Robert. Happy New Year, Chris. Happy New Year, Andy. Happy New Year, Kevin. I don't think Kevin's here, but if he is, Happy New Year. What's going on, you guys? So, he's painting. He's quite the artist. Okay, well, Chris, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my building skills that you have to... It must be painful. And, you know, you can yell at the like me sometimes when I watch TV is yell at the TV, don't do that. Sound like an old man. I'm sorry for my finishing skills. I do want to paint my planes though. I do. I want to, and maybe in the summer I'll do some painting. I started off in my formative flight test building years back in 2014 and 2015 when I built my very first flight test planes. Yeah, it was 2014. I'm pretty sure it's 2014. Yeah, the FT Aero. I bought some oil-based, not stain, oil-based clear finish, and I built the plane. FT Aero. That was my favorite plane to build. I wasn't even flying them back then. I wasn't putting in electronics. I was just buying the foam board and building the planes over and over and over again. It was crazy. Just to learn how to do it and to get a feel for it. I didn't have enough money back then. I had to have a financial plan to get motors, to get a radio, to get the goggles, or even not to get the goggles. I didn't fly FPV at first. You know, to get all the stuff, had to have a plan, just like my plan to get my racing sim going back there, and the plan that I got the flight sim going back there, and the plan that I got all this stuff. It's a plan. I have to plan. And anyway, why am I going on about that? I don't know. So I used to I finished a couple of them in this clear oil-based finish, and then I took the planes outside and spray painted them. I did the oil-based finish outside too, actually. On my balcony, I had a little apartment back then. And so I did all that on my balcony, and then I would take it out to the parking lot of the apartment complex to paint it. I saved cardboard from work, and I'd bring it home, and I'd spread the cardboard out, and that's how I did it. And I did some masking off of different sections, but it was very, very rudimentary, very rudimentary. I was not a how did you put it? An artist? No, I was the opposite of an artist. What's going on here? Yeah, fast. What else? I have one built a month ago, but having servo issues in the cold. I will damage the airframe trying yanking out the old servos to switch to the new ones. I've taken servos out of flight test planes without too much, but I don't know how the servos go in that plane. It depends on the plane. The FT Aero, you can get the servos out if you take care in the way you glue them in. Yeah. Okay, so yes, how cold is it up there right now? I can't imagine that it's gotten to the point where it's quite cold. I have black. Oh, you got some black foam board. I went to the store, the Dollar Tree foam board store. I went to the dollar store to buy some more foam board, and I specifically wanted black because of my sim rig thing behind there that I'm working on. And I wanted black because there's parts I'm masking off with black, and that's the perfect material. And then I thought, yeah, and I'm going to build a black airplane. So I was just going to buy a whole box, like as many black as they had. Sometimes they just have the box sitting there. And I just pick up the whole box and take it to the counter, take one of them out, count the rest, and you know what? They don't have a way to just say, bloop, 25. They have to go, bloop, 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 25 freaking times. I don't know if it's the people that work there that don't know what the hell they're doing. That's probably a possibility. But anyway, there's 2 Dollar Trees now. So I'm thinking of going to the newer Dollar Tree on the west side of town and seeing if they have them there, because they were completely out of all the white foam board and the black foam board at our Dollar Tree on the east side here. So I definitely need to go do some shopping. Oh, I want to make a black airplane too. The part about when you're making it with black, which you've already discovered, obviously, because you got some, is that when you cut it open, I mean, there's a, you know, it's still white on the inside. And that part is, you got to deal with that. Sometimes you got to make sure that you're going to do, like, you know, here. Here, you couldn't just do, it would look kind of funny. So you'd wrap, like, leave some extra paper. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I would do. As like a left extra paper and wrapped it around, which I could do on these planes too, which I should do if I was doing a nice plane. But anyway, yeah, you have to take a little bit more precautions with the black because of just the aesthetics of the white foam in the middle. But it's kind of, I'm going to get some more black soon. Okay, what are we going to do? I Super 77 that back on. Oh, okay. What are we saying here? I see the dollar stores are selling the same kind of foam board, but instead of paper, it's more of a plastic. Have you tried that before? I have not tried that before, and I'm going to look and see if they have that at our dollar store. Our dollar store, the one I usually go to, so there's like two dollar stores. There's like Dollar Tree and Dollar whatever the other one is. That one is like, I haven't been in that one, and it's kind of scary. I mean, the kind of people that go in there, I just generally, like, I feel like I'm going to get COVID if I go in that place or something. I don't know. Isn't that terrible? I don't know. It's a little rough. It's a little, that the Dollar Tree, not the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General clientele. A little rough there. But the Dollar Tree also on the east side of town is also the place. It's kind of rough in there. It's usually a disaster. It's like people go in there and they take stuff off the shelves and it's like in the aisles, it's all over, and it's like, I don't know if they just like go in there like once a week or something, the employees, and actually pick up stuff. But every time I've been in there, I feel like like the floors are covered with merchandise. It's the craziest thing. So I should go to the other one and see, because like this time I went to look for the foam board, and there were empty boxes of Dollar Tree foam board. I almost took one of the boxes and said, "Can I take this box? Because I like to stack the foam." It would have been nice to have a nice, perfectly sized box to stack some foam board pieces in, like over there that I have piled up over there. But anyway, what was I going to say? The boxes were there. They were empty. And then there's like poster board. It's like regular thin poster board. And that's all like flopped over everywhere. And like, I'm like, my head's cut off. That's hilarious. It's like, it's a mess. Everything was a mess. It was just a mess. I'm just like, oh my God. I should have come before Christmas to get this stuff. Anyway, that's the foam board tale. We're almost out. We're not out of white foam board. We have lots of that, but we're completely out of black foam board. Definitely want some more. Where is my tape? We're going to use the last of this precious, precious Scotch storage tape. Okay, so what else were we saying? Slope soaring. Alula. I have it on a slope soaring Alula. I don't know what that is. It comes off pretty easy, that plastic. Oh, Alula is a plane, I think. Huh? Alula, not Elula, but a Lula. The plane is a Lula. I like saying that word. Alula. It comes off pretty easy, that plastic, so it falls apart. Yes, once it starts to peel, just a little bit, it pulls right off. So I Super 77 spray adhesive. Yeah, I love that stuff. Oh, that's the end of it. Poopy. We have no more. We have no more. It's all the shipping crap. Let me just double check this drawer. Double check this drawer. No, no, no. This is a sad day. I gotta unplug this fan. There's no reason. Oh, the hot glue gun is on too. Okay, we're gonna use this tape. We're gonna go for. All right, we're gonna go to 10 o'clock, right? 10 o'clock. If you guys keep chatting, I'll keep going. So we're gonna use this crappy tape. Oh man, it just did the same thing. I can't get it together. Where's my card? Oh my God. This is desperate. This is desperate times. Yeah, we're desperate for foam board. We're desperate for tape. So much for the greatness of capitalism. Can't even supply me with these root. Oh, and look at that. I'm wrinkling. Oh, and look at that. I'm knocking everything over. Oh, you guys, it's turning into a disaster. Let's see if we can reverse the damage a little. We have done a poor job. We did a poor job. Chris is just disgusted, I'm sure, as I would be if I were watching this. Sometimes when I watch people do stuff, even like Joshua Bardwell, and I think it should be done differently, I'm like, oh my God, I'm cringing. And then later I cringe at myself because I find out, oh, you're wrong, you're an idiot. Sometimes I'm actually right, but usually I'm wrong. It's better to be that way, I think, because then once you're right, it's like such a bonus. It's like, holy crap. I don't know. I'm just joking, of course. It's better to be right than it is to be wrong all the time. But I'm wrong all the time, so there you go. The camera's on flight test. Oh, because I thought it was on that one. Yeah, I thought I switched it. That's why I need my director. Robert, I don't know what I would do without you. What did I do without you for the first... I don't even want to see the video of what I did in the first hour. I do hope you guys had a fabulous New Year. And a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and all that kind of stuff. Try the ironed edges trick. Yes, we've talked about that. We have talked about that. Okay, so what do I need for the iron edges trick? I need an iron. I have one of those. I'll have to find it. We won't do that today. Obviously not tape. You would just take the raw foam board and iron it to flatten the edges, right? You just kind of... Could we do it with one of these? Or you probably need a whole iron, right? Not one of these guys. This one has the sealing tool for laminate. Anyway, oh, I should have left tape to go around the edges. What's wrong with me? Why am I not doing this right? Okay, well, yes, I agree, Robert. I want to try the ironing thing. I would like to build some better quality planes at some point. Better quality flight test planes. Put more quality back into my flight test builds like I used to do back in the day. I seem to be riding the wave of everything else in the world today where everything's worse. Everything doesn't have to be worse than it was in the past. It wasn't. I remember when things were getting better. Like computers, they get better usually. unless the corporations try to lock them down and make you log into, make you get in the. Oh, I got a rant. I got a rant to go on. My mom and her husband live in Florida, and they have like a little pool in their backyard. And they also have a fountain because my mom built a fountain first, but then they decided the fountain is great, except they can't swim in the fountain. So they wanted that place so they could cool off because they're in fucking Florida and it's goddamn hot there. So it's the opposite of where Chris and Robert are. It's like hot all the time. It's like yesterday it was probably 70 degrees. They were complaining it was cold. It was 70. It was cold. It was too cold for them. Anyway, they bought a robotic pool cleaner. And of course, you're supposed to hook up to it with Bluetooth. You're supposed to put an app on your phone and hook up to it with Bluetooth. And it even hooks up to Wi-Fi. And theoretically, like this other project I'm doing, my home automation stuff, theoretically, it could hook up to your home automation system and all that jazz. But we're talking about my mom and her husband here. And they're not going to do this. They don't want to do that. They want nothing to do with apps on their phone. You know, they have iPhones, but they don't want apps. They don't want to do this kind of stuff. And so I'm like trying to talk them through it, and I download the manual on my computer, and I'm looking at it. And I'm trying to find a way to like do it without, doing the app. Well, of course there's got to be a way. Just turn it on. That's what I figured. So how do you turn the goddamn thing on? They don't even tell you that in the instructions till like five pages down because they really want to get you the app. And why do they want you to get the app? Why does everybody want you to get the app? Because it's not the app. It's the registration. Once you take that app and then you go on there, you open the app up, and what does it say? It says log in or create an account. Every freaking app says log in or create an account. You can't do shit unless you sign up with them, log in and create an account. What are they going to do with that log in and create an account with your phone, with everything on it that you take everywhere you go and all this other crap and all these people, and every freaking device you have wants an app, and my poor parent, my poor mom and her husband. So thankfully you can just turn the goddamn thing on and put it in the water. You don't need the damn app. Just turn it on, put it in the water. The thing was to figure out how to turn it on. You had to hold the button down for 5 seconds to turn it on. Because if you just hold the button, turn it on with the power button, it goes into like mode of waiting for Bluetooth connection because it's waiting for the damn app. That is a poor job right there. Hold on. This is where the ironing would come in. Of course, not with plastic tape on here, but anyway, that's my rant. Is the app, they could have apps without the login. You don't need a login or a cloud to run your freaking pool robot, The pool, you just put it in, you should be able to just put it in the pool, turn it on, and they should tell you. And here's another rant, is that the government, because I'm sorry, but the corporations are not going to do this. So the government has to step in and say, look, mother effers, if you assholes want to give people apps and Bluetooth crap for every little thing, for your window washer and your tire gauge and your everything, then you have to allow people the option to use the app without registering with your cloud, your marketing crap. You have to. That's where the government, I am sorry to say, because I know everybody's crazy conservative right wing whatever these days, but anybody who says they're a libertarian is well, not maybe not in Canada, but in the United States, if they tell you they're a libertarian, they're full of shit. They're actually authoritarian. And this is not authoritarian. This is freedom for us. Freedom for us means you can tell corporations to F off and take their apps and screw you. You can give me the app, but I don't want to have the goddamn registration. And I'm sure in some civilized places like Europe, they're probably either regulated or they're starting to regulate that kind of crap, because it's gotten totally out of hand. Totally out of hand. And these poor old people that buy this stuff, what are they supposed to do? They don't know how to they don't even know what the app store is. They don't. I mean, some people do, these old people, but most of them don't. They just want their shit to work. They just want to, like in the old days, you bought something, you turned it on, it said turn on. You didn't have to goddamn have somebody put a speculum up your rear end to run a piece of junk that you bought. So that's my rant. I'm totally against it. Gonna have the FBI SWAT team. Yes, the right to repair. That's another thing. Sorry, but the government has to tell these mother effing freaking corporations that we have to regulate them. They have to be chopped, sliced, diced, and crushed. That's what I say to these corporations. You're powerful enough to tell me that I have to have a registration. I have to register with Samsung to use my TV. No, your company should be chopped up, sliced. Here's what you should do with Samsung when it gets that powerful. You take it and you do this. And you get, so this part can make TVs. Here, this part can make sound bars. Here, this part can make whatever hard drives and SSDs and ever. Samsung is too big. These companies are too freaking big. There's my rant. I love that one. Take this. There's my metaphor for corporate governance. They need to be chopped, sliced, diced, and if that doesn't work, crushed. That's what I say. And that's probably near the, oh, I got 6 more minutes. Okay, we're going to tape these. But I'm sorry. But freedom is not bowing down to corporations. That is not freedom. And that's the bullshit that the people in this country, my country, buy hook, line, and sinker. That freedom is all about you bending over for corporations. Because we can't have health insurance. We can't have nationalized health care here because we have to have insurance companies. You have to get screwed over and told you can't have this and you can't have that and you can't have this medicine. And we have prescriptions that cost $600 at one pharmacy and $2 at another pharmacy. And then another doctor, you can get the prescription for nothing. It's insane. It's insane. Everything in this country is insane. Our corporate governance, meaning that we are governed by corporations, the insanity of our healthcare system, the insanity of our elections, the insanity of our political parties, the insanity of our legislature, the system of legislature that enforces minority rule. Oh my God, I can't even. It's so much. It's so much. That's why I got to just have all these hobbies, because I'm not, speaking of FBI SWAT, if I went and said all this shit on social media, like, well, I'm on a live stream, but you guys are not like, this is not like the world is not watching. Sorry, but you know, it's not. So I'm safe. But if I was like on Twitter and had all these followers and I'm saying shit like this, these people that don't line up with my political, they're the kind of people that call the police on you and send the SWAT team over and you get swatted. That's a thing that happens in this country. Somebody calls the police on you and makes up a story, and so the SWAT team comes over and bashes into your house. Because the cops here are also complete idiots and they don't even follow, they don't have any idea what they're doing. So anybody could tell them anything, and then they just run over with their giant tank. That's another thing. They all have tanks here. Our little town, our little tiny crappy little town in the middle of Kansas, the cops have a freaking tank, a, a military vehicle. For what? For what? What the hell do they have a freaking tank for? What kind of freedom is that? Oh my God. That's why I don't talk politics. Well, here, like I said, I can do it here, but not on social media. I always end up like, if I ever make a post on anything and then I just like delete it. Because I don't want to get swatted, and I don't want to get fired from my job. I don't want to get kicked out of my house. I don't want to get any of these things for having an opinion on something. Yeah, anyway, that's what I say. You guys are lucky up there in Canada. You have like a much more stable situation. Maybe it doesn't seem like it to you, but trust me. You might not like all the crazy things the government does, but it's in such a different world. It's in such a different world than this country. It's so much more competent governance. It's so much more of a balance between corporate and what's right for the citizens, and it just seems that way to me, that it's more of a balanced situation, and not Colgate Corporation gets to tell you what to do. I mean, we have like 4 companies that own all the grocery stores. And we have like 1 company that makes all the brands of toothpaste. And we have 2 companies that make all the brands of potato chips or candy bars or... it's insane. It's just insane what's happening. And for the first time, I have to say, our government, the U.S. government, has like... There are some things that the government's doing that have to do with the president. Yes, the president. And antitrust enforcement is better than it has been in decades, and it'll never be that way under the other team. They're the team that hates antitrust. Well, I love antitrust. You saw it, my slicing, dicing. That's my antitrust. I mean, our country's antitrust division of the Department of Justice is nowhere near this slicing and dicing business. Nowhere near that yet. But at least they're doing something. They're doing something, and they hadn't done anything in decades. They're making these companies either do stuff if they're going to merge, like sell off parts of it, or I don't know, or they're not allowing the merger in the first place, which is that would never happen, even under previous Democratic administrations like Obama, who was like basically a Republican. Anyway, yeah, our current guy, he's the strongest Democratic president, as in capital D, Democratic Party president, believe it or not, that we've had in a long time, because Obama was not strong. He was a weak president. He was afraid to do anything. He was afraid. The Democrats are always so weak. They're so weak and spineless and crappy and suck up to their corporate overlords. It's sad. I definitely wish I had an ironing situation. Let's change the subject. Now, look at that. That looks terrible. That purple just looks awful. The white core against it. I don't know. I don't like it at all. Aesthetically, Chris, I'm sorry if you're still here, but it looks terrible. Yeah, well, it's all about compliance. It should be more about these giant corporations should be compliant, and us people should be more free, less compliant. That's what I think. But yeah, that's kind of the opposite around here. In the places where, sorry to say, but like uh, I live in Kansas, USA, Kansas, where so supposedly freedom reigns supreme, but women have no control over there. Well, they do actually in Kansas, but because it's constitutionally endowed in the Kansas Constitution. But you can't buy THC in Kansas. You can't buy where you can in other states that are less freedom according to a certain political party. Those states actually have more freedom for individuals and maybe less freedom for corporations. I don't know. I think there should be more freedom for people as long as they don't hurt other people. That's what I say. All right, I probably ranted on too much. Up here, it's not corporations that want to control, it's the government figures it's their job. Yeah, maybe there's a little overreach up there, and it's definitely a different climate. So I shouldn't probably compare because first of all, I don't have the experience of being there, and it's a different. I can tell you though, if it tilts the other way, and where you have the government is completely feckless and just bows down to rich people and giant powerful corporations, you get not a desirable result. And you also don't get a desirable result when the corporations tell you that you have to have a paper straw in your restaurant. Or, I mean, the government tells you you have to have a paper straw. That's not a desirable result either. There's got to be something somewhere in the middle. Not in the middle, but somewhere that is, because I hate that term middle, somewhere that is like synergetic to our flourishing as species and on the planet in a way that we keep the planet flourishing too. That's what I say. So that's an impossible dream. I don't know how to achieve it in my own house, let alone in the world. So, but I agree. I mean, I could see what you're saying too. But I like the fact that you guys have some kind of healthcare system that doesn't depend on. I mean, I'm sure it's far from desirably perfect, but it's from what I understand from my other Canadian friends that I've had, like people that I grew up in Detroit and I had people in across the river. Canada is south of where I grew up. Canada is south, directly south. Like you could get in a car and drive directly south on the Interstate 75 to go to. Now they're building a new bridge across from Windsor to Detroit. But anyway, I know a couple people that live over there and that part of Ontario. I guess it's southern, what do you call it? Southern Ontario. Southwestern Ontario, I guess you'd call it. And yeah, they're probably different persuasion than maybe you guys are politically, but they like what they have compared to what we have. I mean, I've told them stories of stuff and yeah, they don't have to deal with any of that kind of thing. So there's good and there's bad in every situation. That's all I can say. But private health care means at least there's a doctor to see you. Oh no. Oh, see, that is the misconception right there. There's not enough. You wait months for an appointment for stuff. Now, if you're rich and you have, yes, if you can afford your doctor to pay, if you're paying and you're like a rich person, there are doctors for rich people. There are whole like buildings of doctors where all the practices are for people that are basically paying out of their pocket or have very nice insurance and paying out of pocket, and they go to the doctor right away. But if you're like here and you have just a regular job and you're just a regular person, you have regular crappy insurance from Blue Cross or whatever the other companies are, and Aetna and United Healthcare. There's like 4 or 5 of them. Like everything in this country, there's about 4 or 5 giant corporations that control all the healthcare. So, if you have to get a doctor that's in the network that your insurance company is, you have to get a doctor that is like, okay, so then let's say you want to see a specialist. You can't just go see, like, if you have you have like a broken bone or something, you got to see a bone specialist. I don't know, I can't think of an example, but if you need to see a specialist, you can't just go see a specialist. And you probably can't in your system either, but you have to go see a certain kind of doctor. So you have to get an appointment with that doctor, and then you have to get, maybe they'll order some lab tests, and then you have to get an appointment to get lab tests, and sometimes that takes another week, and then you go have a follow-up appointment, and sometimes you can't get a follow-up appointment for 2 more weeks, and so then you're literally 6 weeks out from your original problem. So what people end up doing is they end up going eventually to like the what we have here now is the they're in strip malls. They're like, I can't think of what they're called now. Urgent care. Urgent care, it's called. Urgent care. And they have doctors there, and you wait with all the other people that are like can't get in to see a freaking doctor, basically. All these people have health insurance that are in these places. Because I've been there, because I've gone there, and my girlfriend said to go there, and my other people in my life have had to go there. And it's just, I don't know what the solution is, but we got big problems. That's all I can say. Big problems. So, kiosk. Yes, AI. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna end the stream on that note. Is we're gonna use AI for our situation. AI is not great, but it's like reassuring that you can at least ask somebody a question and they'll go, burp, 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 burp. I make this noise every time I do. I use ChatGPT all the time. I use it all the time for work. I use it all the time. I use it 3 or 4 times a day usually. And I go to burp, 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 burp. I make that sound when it starts printing out its little result back to me. And yeah, you can ask it. I have a ChatGPT window just for health questions. Yeah. So kiosk is basically ChatGPT. Weeks, even months, or even years. Obama owns them all. When AI tells you you have testicular hematoma. Oh my God, you guys. This is insane. We have an insane world. That's all I can say. Everybody can agree on that. The world is insane. The world is gone insane. The humans have gone insane. And I personally, except for the cold, the bitter cold, I wish I could get up to where you guys are and be like away from most of the people. Stay there. You don't want to be near the rest of these us. Because I just want to get away from all of us, except my girlfriend, of course. I just want to get away from most of the people. And so you guys you guys got a good thing going. Good thing going, because it's less people per square mile up there. And I live in a sparsely populated part of the world. Yet it's teeming with people compared to the people per square mile in central Alberta, And so, yes, definitely take advantage of the beautiful space and lack of humanity, because it's got to be awesome. It's got to be awesome. Okay, on that high note, I didn't get much done this week. Still, we got a piece cut out. We got 2 pieces taped, and that's absolutely it. Oh my God. This is like not like a live stream of airplanes. It's a live stream of failure. But What can I say? I have fun doing it. I hope you guys have fun watching it. Hope you don't mind my rants. Just take them with a grain of salt, you know. I'm like everybody else. I got an opinion. It's just like all the other parts that I have. Everybody's got one. Yeah, I get it. I know. All right, you guys. I'm glad you joined. Chris, Robert, Andy, maybe Kevin was there. Bad for Life. I didn't see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry that people wait years. Yeah, maybe we got it going on here. Maybe I need to be I need to be schooled. Hey, I said at the beginning of this stream that I'm usually wrong. So remember, when I'm ranting about stuff, I'm usually wrong. So there you go. Take care, you guys. Robert, Chris, Bad for Life, Andy, maybe Kevin, anybody else that was here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the subscribing and all those things that you're supposed to do for the things, but I never mention because I don't know how to do this. So thank you, and we'll do the, I got to look at which one is the number 6, and say good evening all, good night, goodbye, see you maybe.